The Gina and Matty podcast.
Yeah, it was the biggest thing that's happened in the last 24 hours. It is music's night of nights. The Who's Who, celebrating all genres. The big winners, obviously, Kendrick Lamar, who won in every category that he was nominated in, picking up the big ones, which was Record of the Year for Not Like Us and Song of the Year for Not Like Us. Best New Artist category was a tough one. You had so many big names in that, and that went to Chappell Roan. And everyone in the room was pretty pumped for her. She also performed. She did the Pink Pony Club.
Sing it!
Pretty gutsy thing to do, I imagine. Like, you're not at a concert with your fans.
Yeah.
You're at an industry event with your peers, and then to go sing it and hold out the microphone, hoping that Sheryl Crow might know the words to your song.
Did
And
they sing it? Because I didn't get to.
Everyone's sang. So you cut to the crowd, and like there's Alicia Keys singing along, Janelle Monáe singing along. Really cool. Some of the other best pop dance recording went to Charlie XCX. Also, best dance album was Charlie XCX for her Brat Summer as well. We'll get to the country one in a sec because I know you want to talk about that. Best vocal album for pop went to Sabrina Carpenter, who also performed live as well, and she was incredible. She did like a little tap number. It was like an old school, like it was almost like, I don't know, like a variety performance mashup of her. She did comedy. She
really?
It was really, here's a little taste of her doing a bit of espresso.
I'm working late 'cause I'm a singer. Oh, we look so cute. Rap drama and my twisted humor. I can laugh so often. My honey bee, come and get this falling.
If you don't get Sabrina Carpenter, I reckon go and have a look at that performance and then you go, all right, okay, she's an entertainer. I kind of get it.
Yeah. And her red carpet dress, oh my God,
blue one? Yeah,
feathers, like Marilyn Monroe-esque, stunning.
We'll get to, because I know you want to have a chat about some of the outfits as well.
Yeah, I do.
But I want to play this. We played it at the beginning of the show and we both got goosebumps at the time. Bruno Mars, Lady Gaga, in my opinion, I thought it was wrong. Yeah, I'm going to let you finish, but did you know that Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars had the best song of the year? In my opinion, this was song of the year. Not California Dreaming, sorry. Die With a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. They did a version. Is it Mamas and the Papas? California Dreaming?
I think so. Thank you for asking me that live on the radio.
Sorry. I think it is Mamas and the
I think
Papas,
so.
California Dreaming, as a bit of a tribute to California and the wildfires.
Yes, amazing.
On such a winter's day. All the leaves are brown. And the sky is gray.
I don't know where to stop it because it's so good.
So good. I've got goosebumps again.
I've been for a while. On a winter's day. I'll be safe and warm.
I could listen to that all day, but if you want to go check it out, watch the rest of it yourself in your own
so
time.
good.
We are pressed a little bit for time, but we want to get to this. It's Beyoncé winning she won Best Album for Cowboy Carter, but she also won Best Country Album, which when we were on the text, G, you weren't too happy about. This is a bit of her speech.
I'd like to thank all of the incredible country artists that accepted this album. We worked so hard on it. I think sometimes genre is a cold word to keep us in our place as artists, and I just want to encourage people to do what they're passionate about.
Gina Jeffries.
Look, I don't agree that she should have won Best Country Album because it's really not traditional country, not traditional country. It's just not produced like a country album should be produced. So I do disagree with that strongly. However, she does deserve to win Album of the Year. I mean, she's Beyoncé and she's done some incredible stuff. And with her doing that country album, she has brought a lot of fans to country music. She's definitely turned some people. So it's been great for the industry, really.
Yeah.
But Country Album of the Year, she didn't even get invited to the CMAs, which is the Country Music Awards in America, which was a bit of a snub. But that's kind of what the as a country artist, they want to know that you're real and that your roots are real and that's what you love and you're not just jumping on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
And to me, she really did jump on the bandwagon, though I do love when she just said a genre is, to keep you in your lane. And as artists, and I mentor a lot of artists, a lot of the time they really struggle to find their genre, because what that means is if you don't fit in this little box, that radio station won't play you.
Yeah, right.
And in America, there's country music radio stations that only play country music 24 hours a day, and they're massive. In Australia, we have a couple of those, hardly any, but it's a big deal. Country music in America is massive.
So does that sort of then discredit the Grammys giving her the best country album, considering the country music, I guess, family didn't even, nominate her for a single award, let alone invite her to the Country Music Awards? Is it a bit of like, oh, how does that work?
It's really controversial, isn't it? I don't know if they're feeling bad or they're just, the CMAs will be standing their ground going, it's actually not country. I mean, it's not written by country writers, the lyrics, and unless she's doing a cover, but it's just not, it's not country. I mean, what is country? Casey Musgraves winning.
Well, did you see the cutaways? She's copping a little bit of, hey, maybe calm your reactions down a little bit when it was announced that
Casey Musgraves?
That Cowboy Carter won. There's a whole lot of, oh my God, her reaction. She was just a little bit of an eye roll and a bit
like
of
me.
A lot like you.
Yeah, just flipping genres because it's cool. That's what it feels like to me. Country's really cool. I mean, Luke Combs sold 2 nights, 80,000 people.
Yeah.
Sydney is his biggest area in the world, but that's never happened in the history of country music. Country music has never been this big. And she's jumping on the popular bandwagon right now.
It is, and it is so big. It is such a growth genre at the moment.
Yeah.
It has been for the last few years. So, I don't know. Well, I've got the Queen of Country Music here, so I get to ask you, and it's very interesting. What if, say Amy Shark, for example, the people at Sony were like, you know what, Amy? Country's big at the moment. How about you do a country album? We'll get you some collabs. We got some people on the books who are country artists. And then she tried to go and do the Monday Bash, or tried to do one of the. Would the country music community of Australia be like, oh my God, are you kidding? Or do you reckon they would be like, oh, come on, Ames. Yeah, give it a crack.
Yeah, country music in Australia would embrace her as long as the album sounds country, as long as it doesn't sound like a pop album. Beyonce's album sounds like a pop album, and the lyrically and everything, it sounds poppy. So if Amy Shark, I mean, one of the girls from, Geronimo, what's their name?
Shepherd.
Amy Shepherd has come across to country, and she's been reasonably embraced. So as long as it was really good quality country music, there are country music police out there, and it's the fans. And if you're not the real deal, and if you're not authentic and down to earth as well in Australia, they won't like you. So there's certainly got to be some depth to you as a human, but also they like to see that you come from a long line of country. Really, they're just not going to just randomly accept someone like. If Amy Shark did that and it wasn't a country sounding album, there's no way. And that's what Beyonce's done. Yeah. But if she did a really country album, she would be embraced. I mean, the Wiggles. Well, the Wiggles were very embraced last Saturday night at the Golden Guitars. Yeah. Very embraced.
Do you think that's because they're the Wiggles and not another artist? They're bringing country to kids now. Like that's a gateway to country music for some toddlers.
It's fantastic for country music in Australia. And they're the Wiggles, and they had Dolly Parton and Lainey Wilson and the Wolf Brothers and a lot of big Australian artists and big American artists on their album, as did Beyonce. But
the thing with the Beyonce, there's been so many better albums from, in my opinion.
Yes.
Again, just a guy who grew up near a beach who listened to the radio. But there's been Lemonade, great album.
She should have won for that.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that away from her. No. She's very talented.
This album was a bunch of collabs and a bunch of covers.
Yes. And it's just, do you play it?
No, never. You know what we did? When it first launched, you and I think we both did the same thing. We tried to listen to it a few times.
I couldn't listen to it. Yeah, it's because she's Beyonce. So I don't agree, but I do agree she should have won album, and she's a massive star. And I do love how much attention she's brought to country music worldwide, just as, like you say, the Wiggles are turning lots of little kids into country music fans now. It's great for all of us.
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.